The intro to the virtual driver education course. On the first slide, you can see that there's going to be three main components of our class. The very first one involves paper packets. I'm going to expect you guys to write all the answers down. That way we have documentation for both myself and also for the insurance companies that you've put in 30 full hours. The premise behind this is that first you learn how to write, and then afterwards you write how to learn. So hopefully by copying down the information that you see in the videos and also from the online activities, it'll help to get into your long-term memory. Afterwards, you're going to be working on the essential questions that you can answer after going through the packets. Once those are all submitted, in addition to the packets, well then we're going to go ahead and have you guys take an exam to show that you've actually acquired and understand the contents. All right, let's go to the packets, shall we? Overall, there's going to be two sets of packets. There's going to be 6 that you can do in the first half of the course, and those pertain to things that you might be able to already apply as you're driving about with other people. The second half of the course, things like buying and financing a car, how to get proper insurance, those might be things that you would know and need to know once you actually start driving. There is a little bit more vocab and mathematical concepts involved in the second half, and that's why they're only 5 versus 6. It's the same amount of work in each half of the course, except, like I said, you just need a little bit more time with the second half than you do the first half. As you see, we run the gamut of things from how to get your permit to the very end when you might be driving at nighttime, maybe in a winter snowstorm. All right, packet answers. Overall, since I'm not physically there teaching you every day, it might be a good chance to actually have the answers to know that you're on the right track and have the right information as you study for the test. So, in order to keep your interest high, a lot of times, besides just posting things online, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide them inside the activities that you're already supposed to be doing anyway. So there might be a PowerPoint that's online that you're supposed to be watching, but I know that you as students sometimes have a tendency to skip or jump over activities and not want to do them. So what I'll actually do is the very answers that you need will be in that PowerPoint. And sometimes I might even put that PowerPoint inside a video, or even make it an audio file. Whatever I can do to keep you highly engaged so that you guys can pick up this material. So hopefully if you do all the activities and watch everything, you'll be able to then find the sheet that looks like the ones you have. And then also there's sometimes where I don't post the answers at all, just in order to keep things flowing through. So if you skip or fast forward, as it says, you might just miss something. So open up everything, watch everything, and then there should be no questions whatsoever. All right, finally, the packs that you get will be due when you take your test. So make sure you have everything completed on every page. If not, then you could lose points for skipping things over, or if you just fill in answers, which I've had people do in the past before, then I catch that, and sadly, I will have to deduct some points. If you really get stuck, though, and don't know what to do, can't find the instructions online, or somehow it doesn't seem to mesh with what you see in front of you, please just shoot me a message, or just stop me in the hallway, or come stop by room 40, and we can figure things out. All right, the packet numbers. How do those things work? Well, in order to get the packet, of course, you can go right here into your topic folder, right? And there's where it is if for some reason you misplace your packet. But when you're actually looking at the packet numbers themselves, here's a key thing you have to keep in mind. There's a number usually at the bottom. So page 1, right, doesn't really have one. It's intentionally left blank. But here at the bottom of this very first page, there is a number. That's the very first task that I'm going to grade. Now there might be other things that you have to do online, things you might take in terms of surveys or quick little discussion posts, but if it has a number 1 here, then that actually means that it's graded. However, it doesn't correspond to the folder or even to the lesson in the folder. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that you open up every document and view every material. If I would tell you exactly where everything was, then, as before I said, you guys have a tendency to skip stuff. So, as you go through here, you see page 1. Here's the very second task that's going to be graded. If you open up all the documents in chronological order, eventually you're going to find these things. At the very bottom, though, this last page, the parallel parking, I don't seem to see any number there. Well, that's where it says that you should still study information and commit it to memory, especially the parallel park. I would definitely make a copy of that and keep it for later, because one of the main things that keeps people from passing the actual driver's test is the parallel park. And rather than spending 2 hours with a parent learning how to do it, why don't you just take out my highly illustrated copy and have your parent walk through it with you. So a lot of times these things that don't have the numbers are really useful information. Plus, you might use them to actually answer the essential questions online, or, as it says here, I could use some of the information on one of your tests to see if you've actually been reading everything. All right, the essential questions. You're going to find those things as a Schoology assignment posted on your actual Schoology page. So here you can see that there's the packet. Here's the different lessons that you're going to open up and walk through the instructions. And then finally, when you're getting near the end of the topic itself, or sometimes people do prefer to do them one by one as you go through, just click on that, answer the essential questions, and then submit it. Hopefully, you'll submit these things, both the packet and the essential questions, before you take your exam. Right. As it says there, please make sure to use complete sentences because this is a good way for us to have a good conversation. Otherwise, quick one-word answers can be misinterpreted, and it's a lot easier if you actually spell things out. So make sure you answer all parts of the question. So if they ask for 2 answers, make sure to give me 2 answers and not just one, or else you might get a 0 because some information was missing. And of course, make sure the information you do put in is correct as well. All right, for your exams, you're going to find that after you complete both the topic packets, and also your essential questions, then we're going to open up the test for you guys. Right now it's listed as a KIA, but eventually they're probably going to be converted to an actual Schoology test that'll open up at the appropriate date. And again, you should be able to find the essential questions and also the exam date and link will be right over here in your materials and updates. It should tell you exactly what's going to be happening and when things are due. If you miss your test, then please let me know. Sometimes there'll be paper and pencil, such as a signs video, because that's going to show you a sign. Then you'll have 5 seconds to write down what you saw, and it's going to advance to the next one. And we really can't do that real-life application if it would be like an online test. So there could be some times where it's paper and pencil. Other times they might be online. If you happen to miss that test for whatever reason, as with any class, please make arrangements with me to take it in the future. And I'll give you the password, or we'll take it during flex time, and we'll figure it out together. All right, if you're taking this as a summer driver ed course, then those topic tests you see online don't really count towards your grade. They're just a good self-check. Okay? The only thing that's going to count for the summer driver ed grades are the midterm and the final exam. Okay. And as you see there, of course, we have those topic tests. Gives you a 100-point check as you go through the course. And then your midterm and final exam will each be worth 300. So all totaled, it'll be 1,100 points from your topic test, and there'll be 600 points from your midterm and final exam that are going to count towards your overall course grade. And with that, we are basically done. At this time, go ahead into the Topic 0 folder, find your test that shows that you've acquired the knowledge from this PowerPoint and video, and hopefully, as long as you get an 80%, you'll be allowed to continue on with the Topic 1, which is how to get your permit. All right, everybody, good luck, and if you have any questions, don't forget to message me.